Good evening, I'm Natalie Morrison. Welcome to KTRM Studios on Thursday, November 3rd, 2022. Tonight, we will cover the theater department's newest production, as well as take a look into Truman's restructuring plans. And afterwards, we'll take a look into the Create Symposium class, as well as the university's Planetarium. These stories and more brought to you by KTRM Studios. You don't want to miss this. Truman's next theater production, Drinking Habits, will run from November 9th to November 12th at 7:30 p.m. in the James G. Severance Theater. The performance centers around two nuns that have been secretly making wine to support their convent. The play is appropriate for ages 13 and up. Tickets will be $8 and can be purchased ahead of time at boxoffice.truman.edu. This week, reporter Daniel Harper took a look into Truman's restructuring plans.
The Office of Academic Affairs is planning on rearranging the academic departments in the coming year due to a decrease in faculty and staff. The present way the departments are structured was organized years ago and does not reflect the current needs of Truman faculty.
Well, of course, the academic departments is where the core mission of the university takes place. That's where the teaching is. Departments and schools are a structure for the disciplines and the degrees where they're housed. And so we have departments, really quite small departments. We have some departments with as few as 3, 4, and 5 faculty in them. And it's very inefficient to run. Plus, it is really a burden on those faculty because as a department, they need to have representation on certain committees on campus and be engaged in a wide variety of ways.
To solve the problem, the Office of Academic Affairs created a committee headed by faculty member Dr. Steve Hutton. The committee's job is to develop a new way to structure Truman's faculty that is more effective and consolidates smaller departments.
Well, the committee is engaged in, if you will, an interview process where all faculty have an opportunity to provide their thoughts and opinions about this to the committee, as do department chairs and deans. And they're doing that this fall. And then the committee will be putting together some options, if you will, in the spring. And then we'll be looking at those, vetting those over the summer perhaps, and in the fall, so that the expectation is that there would be a new structure in place by the fall of 2024, no later than that.
Dr. McAdams also assured that students' degree programs and education would not be affected by this structural change. You can learn more about the reorganization plan in the upcoming issue of the Index on November 10th.
Next, we'll go to Aiden for the weather.
Thanks, Natalie. Now for the weather for this week. Today, there's going to be a high of 75, partly cloudy with a low of 63. Tomorrow, expect some thunderstorms with a high of 72 and a low of 38. Saturday, there's going to expect it to be showers with a high of 54 and a low of 43. And on Sunday, it's going to be sunny with a high of 65 and a low of 40. Monday, expected to be partly cloudy with a high of 62 and a low of 48. On Tuesday, expect some more showers again later in the week with a high of 67 and a low of 52. And Wednesday, it's going to have Wednesday and Thursday both are actually going to be partly cloudy. Wednesday with a high of 71, a low of 49, and Thursday with a high of 68 and a low of 30.
Applications are open for next semester's Greek Week committee positions, as well as for homecoming coordinator next fall. The Greek Week positions are for fraternity and sorority life members interested in helping planning the spring 2023 Greek Week. More information can be found on Truman's Greek Life website. The homecoming coordinator position would be in charge of organizing the 2023 homecoming activities next fall. The UNI will review applications on November 29th, and the position would start as soon as possible afterwards. Applicants must fill out a form on True Positions and email their resumes to homecoming@truman.edu. After the break, we'll take a look into Truman's recent sporting events, as well as the university's planetarium.
Your voice, your vote. In our democracy, they matter and make our community and our country stronger. So make yours count. Get registered, learn the issues, know the candidates, and vote on or before November 8th. Visit vote411.org for registration and election information. This message is furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
This week, I had the privilege of taking a look into the Create Symposium class.
My name is Danielle Yakel, and I teach the Create Symposium course. Create Symposium focuses on using art to engage the community, and sometimes that's things like art education, but it can also be things like public artworks. And in this case, it's sort of a larger public project. I will say also, anybody who has been part of Symposium knows that the preceptors are indispensable. The preceptors for the chess table project are Margaret Howard and Abby Keller, and they have been very hardworking and amazing on it. So the chess table project actually has a relatively long history. I'm not sure exactly when it started, but there was a fund where people donated money for this particular project. That never really got resolved. The chess tables were never put up, they weren't purchased because I don't think it was quite figured out. I got involved when Charles Hunsaker from Advancement contacted me about, he was trying to figure out how to get these chess tables made and installed. And, we've done some strange concrete sculptures out on campus. And so it was like, well, could we make chess tables? Why not? So we tried to do it as a symposium project so that way first year students could be involved with it. It gives them a little bit of ownership of their campus space. The fixtures that are out there, seating, but also just artwork, the way that changes the way people interact with their space on campus. There will be 2 tables like this, and then there will be a bench here and a bench here, and then there will be a serpentine bench that runs between them. 2 of them have a flat portion right here, and that's intended to allow you to have those connected. So I hope that the chess players on campus get to enjoy them, but also that, it just be like a social space. It's going to be positioned in between Kirk Building and Kirk Memorial. So I'm hoping it gives people sort of a nice place that they can relax. You can use them just as tables if you want to have lunch there. Also, they will be mosaicked. So they're going to have wisteria and possibly clematis. We thought that would give us a nice sort of cool color palette. It would be kind of a soft design, and that would kind of fit the setting of them since it is going to be in this kind of shaded grove-like area. Hopefully it will be like a nice kind of relaxing, artistic area where people can hang out.
And now back to Aiden for sports.
Thanks, Natalie. So this week in sports, for football, the Bulldogs played the Quincy Hawks and won 59-32. Men's soccer played the last game of the season, losing by 1, coming up just short. Women's basketball played the Fighting Irish, losing 47-92. Men's basketball played the Iowa Hawkeyes, losing 72-118. Men and women's swimming both went out against the Fighting Bees. Women's coming up victorious, 168-117, and men's coming short, 111-178. And lastly, for volleyball, Bulldogs lost in 0-3 versus the Rockhurst Hawks.
Reporter Paul Shumate took a look into the university's planetarium.
My name is Jared Young, and I'm the planetarium director here at the university. So the planetarium, been here since 2014. We provide shows to the public. We also provide shows to any campus groups that want to do a show. It's free for any campus group. So a fraternity, a sorority, any kind of organization can reserve the planetarium and come see some kind of show. or hold a meeting, or watch a movie, or play video games. The planetarium is extremely diverse in its capability. We also provide a lot of field trips to educational entities in our community. And when I talk about our community, I'm talking about Northeast Missouri. We are the only planetarium within 90 miles. An average year for us, we're seeing about 5,000 people come through the planetarium. So we keep busy. I kind of like to think of this place more as an event venue. So we have guest speakers, guest lecturers. We have hosted stand-up comedy on campus. We've hosted slam poetry. We've had full theatrical productions in here. And then we've also had a ton of field trips about space exploration, different things like that. We're doing a show this week where we're actually looking at rainforests around the world and looking at deforestation. But what we do and what we're known for is our star shows, or our shows about space exploration. The public shows during the weekdays are free. On Saturdays, it's just $5 a ticket for admission. And you get to learn about from myself or from my student staff, you get to learn about some aspect of space exploration, or of the galaxy or the universe. We can travel the solar system. We can stop off at different planets and moons, look at asteroids, look at stars. We can talk about the potential or the possibility of life elsewhere in the galaxy or in the universe. We can talk about light travel and light speed. We can talk about time travel. All of those fun things, and there's always a way to base those things in fact, and then take a step beyond that, which is always a lot of fun. Our shows nowadays are very interactive with the audience. We normally have a person up front, the sage on the stage, who is presenting information for the audience, but then we're happy to take questions from the audience and take suggestions from the audience. If they want to go see a planet or see a black hole, we can do those things. So it's as we have been open longer, we've grown more and have learned and understood what makes for a good show versus what doesn't make for a good show. So our content is always getting better and better.
Thanks for tuning in with us tonight. For complete news coverage, be sure to stay tuned to KTRM and pick up a copy of the Index. Don't forget to also check out our digital content on tmn.truman.edu. You can also follow KTRM Studios on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe to KTRM Studios on YouTube for full broadcast news coverage. If you've ever thought about being on TV, head over to tmn.truman.edu/apply to fill out an application today. From all of us here at KTRM Studios, thank you for tuning in and have a great rest of the week.